welcome to your second online flute lesson. Now, for the second lesson, you should have your second lesson homework paper, your music stand at a comfortable distance, and a nice chair, and your flute, of course. We're going to get started because there's a lot that we got done in this lesson that we have to review. So, let's start by opening up your case and taking out your head joint. The latches are facing me. I see the label. I open up my case, take out my head joint, close it, latch it, put it off to the side. Now, I'll remind you of this a couple times throughout the lesson, but remember that my flute is going to be opposite of yours. Yours needs to go to the right, but it's going to look different than mine. My head joint's going to go this way, yours needs to go to the right. So put your right arm out, put your head joint the same way. Now, we're going to practice things to try. Number 1, play a long, smooth sound. The reason we're still doing this is going to help us develop a really nice flute sound. So let's try it. Flute out to the right, put your head joint up to your lips, kiss in the center, roll down, blow down a little bit and over your head joint. Ready, go. Very nice. Let's try it again. Ready, go. Very nice. If you're still working on the sound and it's not quite there, don't worry. Like I keep saying in lessons, it will happen over time if you keep working on it, but don't stress out about it if it's not quite there yet. Let's try putting our hand on the end. So flute out to the right, put your hand flat on the end of your head joint, and we're going to get a lower sound, and we're also going to blow slow. Let's try it. 1, 2, ready, go. Very nice. Let's try it again. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, the third one under things to try is to try different ta and TT patterns that you learned in music class. So just like we did last week, let's practice some ta and TT patterns, but this time you can actually interact with the video. I'm going to play a pattern and then you're going to repeat it back to me. I won't really be able to hear you, but I bet you'll be great. So I'm going to play one first. I'm going to play with my hand open, but you can play with your hand closed if you'd like to on the end. All right, head joint out to the right. Here's my pattern. Repeat after me. Now me. Very nice. All right, now we need to talk about something really important that we talked about in your lesson and that I was doing throughout my ta and TT patterns. We talked about tonguing. Tonguing is when you start a note with your tongue. You go t or tu, and you keep your air blowing. Now, this is actually pretty easy on the flute, so let's practice it. So it says, say tu, 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 then whisper tu, tu, tu. So everyone say tu, tu, tu. Go ahead. Now we're going to whisper it. Tu, tu, tu. And air should still be blowing out. Try that. If you want a really good demonstration of that, pick up your paper, put it in front of you, you're going to go. Every time I tongued, I blew the paper. Let's try that one more time. Ready, go. That's one good way to practice that. Now, the next step is to pick up your head joint. And without making sound, we're going to go. Then I'm going to slide it over, and now let's try tonguing. Experiment a little bit. After a while, tonguing will start to be really natural, but I'll always remind you to start with your tongue. I'll say tu, 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 starting this with your tongue. Don't forget. All right, that's super important. I'll try to remind you throughout the video. Assembly of the flute. Yay! This is very exciting. All right, I'm going to read a couple of the directions. Connect the head joint to the body of the flute, holding the body by the section where there are no keys. Use a gentle twisting motion to connect. So I'm going to open my flute, And I'm going to take out the body, which is the big section. It says to hold it where there are no keys. So here's all the keys. Here's a spot without keys. Then I just put my two hands together. That's how we know which end the head joint goes in. So I put in my head joint, twist carefully, and then it's in there. Next step. When connected, line up the tone hole on the flute, that's right here, with the stickers on the keys. Now I put stickers on all of your flutes so that you can easily see where your fingers go and where the tone hole lines up. My flute doesn't have stickers, so we can just look at the tone holes. Here are all the tone holes, and we want to line up our head joint hole. With that, I can draw a little line for myself. Some of your flutes will even have an arrow that points where you need to connect your flute. So that's all lined up. The next step is to connect the foot joint to the body with a gentle twisting motion. Be very careful and line up the rod. Let me show you while I do this. So here's my foot joint, the short one. I put it together. I'm still going to hold up here where there are no keys. Put together, twist carefully till it's on there. Some of them are a little tight, so be careful. And I want to line up the rod of my foot joint right here with the keys, the middle of the keys, the middle of your sticker on the body. So the rod is here, the sticker's right here. We don't line up this key with the key. Rod, key. All right, this is our flute. Very good job. Now we have to talk about holding the flute. Now once again, your flute is going to go out to the right, but mine's going to be opposite. So make sure you follow the directions, but don't exactly mirror me. All right, our left hand should be facing you as if you were waving to yourself, like this, hello. Then line up your fingers with the stickers with your thumb in the back. So this is going to be the top part of our flute. So put your flute out to the right. There should be a thumb key right back here that your finger goes on. And then you're going to line up your fingers, 1, 2, 3. Wave at you, thumb, 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And then your right hand is going to be facing out, like you're waving at someone else. Your thumb goes underneath the flute to support it. And you go 1, 2, 3, where your stickers are, and your pinky goes on too. All right, your thumb is going to help hold the flute up. Now, exciting moment, first notes. Now, if you look on your paper, I have B, A, and G written on there. Now, we are going to use your thumb. We're going to use your first 3 fingers up here at the top of your flute, and we're going to use your pinky all the time. So you're going to squeeze your thumb and your pinky together. That's going to help hold it. And so let's try B first. B is our, and I always put my flute on my shoulder. That can help you to figure out your fingerings. So flute's on my shoulder. I want my thumb, my first finger, and my pinky all the way down here. This is B. Now, if you guys remember back to last year, this is actually just like recorder. So we have B, then we're going to do A, then we're going to do G, just like recorder. But anyway, I got ahead of myself. Back to B. So let's see if we can make sound on B. Thumb, first finger, pinky all the way down here. Let's try it. So flute out to the right. You got to find that tone hole in the right spot and see what happens. Ready, blow. Now if you're getting a sound like this, that means you're blowing too fast. You have to slow down your air. Let's try that again. You can rest your hands for a second if you want to. Shake them out. So I have my thumb, my first finger on the first sticker, and my pinky down here. I lift up my flute. You're going to the right. And don't forget to tongue. We're going to go. Let's try it. Ready, go. Very nice. Now, some of you might have had success with the sound even though you were having trouble before. That's fine. That's great. That means you're getting better. And some of you, your sound might have gone away because it gets harder. We have to keep our hands all the way out here and still find the right position with our head joint. That can be really difficult. So if you're not getting sound, don't worry. That's why we practice. It will get better, I promise. You can ask the 5th graders about that. All right, let's do A. We have our thumb again. That's the T underneath. First finger, second finger. Now notice my second finger, you guys have stickers, but we do skip a key. First finger, second finger, and pinky. Let's try it. Ready, go. That's A. And to get to G, we're just going to add one more finger. So let's do that really quick. Add a finger for G. So we have B, A, G. And now all three of my fingers are pressed down. And my pinky. Let's try G. Keep your flute up nice and straight. Ready, go. Very nice. Now this one, it's very common to get this sound. That sound is fine for now. We'll keep working on it. All right. Now, it says try this song underneath your three notes. Now, what I would suggest is that you try doing the fingers first. So we have B, A, and G in a row. So I would say them out loud. I'd get my fingers ready, and I would say B, A, G. Then I would do it again. B, A, G. Now we stay on G. G, 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 G. Lift. A, 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 A. Lift again. B, add a finger. A, add a finger. G. Now if you already know the song just from me saying it in that kind of rhythm moment, you might be able to figure it out. So let's see if we can try playing it. I'm going to play it first, and then you can try playing it along with me if you'd like to. Here I go. I'm going to go nice and slow. I'm starting with B. My first finger, remember your flute needs to go out to the right. Here we go. Starting with B. Ready, go. Now I do that again, back to B. Stay on G. Lift a finger. First finger only. Now, after you finish watching this lesson, I'd like you to try that again a couple more times. I'm sure you recognize that was hot cross buns. We'll be doing the hot cross buns in a couple different ways and different variations. So practice it a bunch, get it in your ears, and give it a shot. Even if the sound isn't perfect, I think you'll find that you can still hear the song while you play. All right, now that was a lot of information. I would really recommend that you guys watch this video again if you need to. It can be really helpful to have someone guide you along through your lesson. So, last thing you need to do is check off your practicing. So, we did things to try, tonguing, don't forget to tongue, assembly of the flute, holding the flute, and first notes. If you've gone through the whole video with me and you've tried to correct your problems along the way and you fixed things and you think you've gotten better and you count it as practicing, check off your first blocks under day 1 or day 2, whatever day you might be on. Try to practice 5 to 7 times this week. This is kind of the tough time for flutes when we start making sound on our instruments, so you might get a little bit frustrated, but keep going. I know you guys can do it. And lastly, before our next lesson, try really hard to get your parents' signature so that they know and I know that you practice. You could even watch this video with them and maybe teach them a little bit about the flute. Alright guys, I look forward to hearing you play hot cross buns in your next lesson, and I hope this was helpful to you. Have a nice day!